Florian, thanks for taking the time to chat. It was a pleasure to meet you, and it was really interesting to hear you talk about BMK and how you fit into the HANZA family. You talked about several products. One was a product based on the Raspberry Pi that really brings together the holistic nature of manufacturing that goes way beyond PCBA. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's what we always wanted to do in BMK. We are not just focusing on the PCBA. We said outsourcing like HANZA's manufacturing model. We did it for electronics, and this was the perfect fit. So the customer had a problem, and we said, okay, we take over the production, we take over the logistics. Customer can concentrate on being active in sales, in the new development, in the marketing, and so this is the perfect fit. And now we just started. We did the transfer within, I think, 3 months. The whole production was moved from the customer to BMK. Now we are running a few thousand pieces, and both are happy.
Yeah, and it goes way beyond the PCBA on both sides, from the design side all the way through to the aftermarket side, and that's a really important part of the integration cycle, I guess.
So that's what we said. We want to do the PCBA, but we also do the supply chain, and this is a few hundred components and many different suppliers. We combine everything at BMK, and we take care of the whole logistics. So we produce a few thousands, but we can ship starting from 1 up to 500. And it's also a very complex product, but this is what we are targeting for.
Yeah, and I think it really fits well into what you're doing within the HANZA family as well, because that vertical integration is certainly a superpower they have, and being able to do all those different elements is really valuable. Why do you believe BMK, or BMK, sorry, to use the English, is such a strong partner and such an obvious choice for HANZA in Germany?
Yeah, it's really BMK and HANZA. So we didn't meet each other on the market because HANZA was focusing mainly on mechanics, but they have the same model. It started with outsourcing, and BMK, we are one of the biggest in Germany for electronics, and this is really the great fit we have, because together we can go to our customer base, and we can not just offer electronics. We can now also add something to the BMK portfolio. We have around about 400 customers. But yeah, they all know BMK is good in electronics, but now we can come and we can say, okay, we have a manufacturing concept. We can add sheet metal, mechanics, cable harnesses, but we can also add different regions. So if we have customers who are out there in the Eastern Europe or in Scandinavia, we can tell them, okay, even if you have that with a local footprint and to reduce your TCO, so we have just, let's say, made BMK even better.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you there. And I think it's really interesting that there's very little overlap. And that gives you a huge cross-selling opportunity. When I first saw the news that of the acquisition of BMK, I thought, great, you get that 300 million euros of electronics business, but potentially there's a huge amount of mechanical business from those existing customers, and everybody adds to everybody else. So I think, that's a really exciting opportunity.
Absolutely. And maybe we have customers, we really have not a high volume business in electronics, but maybe they have a huge demand in mechanics. And this is what we could add now. So it's just about to spread that information out to the market and to explain to everyone that we have that disrupting manufacturing model for the German industry now, and then we are ready to go.
Exciting to see the German industry shaken up a little bit and that disruption occur. So looking very much forward to that. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.